Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be discussing why I think most agencies never scale past $3 to $5 million a year. And I think a lot of the things that stop people from breaking $5 million a year are the same reasons why agencies don't break $10 million a year. So I'm going to be, again, having vlog style, showing a lot of meetings from today, breaking those down, and then throughout those, just breaking down why I think most agencies never scale to 5 mil, 10 mil a year. Just got back from a workout at Boxer, about to jump on some meetings. I'm actually 3 minutes late, but check out the workout.
Baby, well, baby, you pick up when you call.
5:30, the car missing. No text backs or call misses. I feel like we all victims. Docs is getting long. Drunk testing, I should not do Patron. I hop on the phone, turn the music up, got in my zone. Drunk texting, I should probably Supertron. Had to do wrong, order to do you right. You gotta go through it, order to give advice. It's the price of the litty nights. I know the liquor hitting. Why when somebody break your heart, it help fix your vision. If you fall in love with a demon or a diva, pray your soulmate got a soul when you meet her. The crystal ball couldn't tell me if they'll leave again. Problems too extra laws are shared with a medium. We fight.
Alright guys, so reason number one why agencies never scale past $3 million a year, the same reason why they never scale past $5 million a year, and I think it's the same reason why most won't scale past $10 million a year, is because their churn is just too high. Their churn is too high, and so when your churn is high, it's so hard to continue to outrun churn with just producing more sales. It becomes very inefficient, and at the same time, it's a great way to burn your reputation, because if your churn is high and you're more focused on sales than lowering that churn, you're not really approaching business the right way, because your product and the results you deliver for your client is the foundation of why we're even in business in the first place. And so if churn is high, still bring in sales, still focus on inflow and new customers. But if you're not relentless on evolving your product and evolving your team so you can produce a better result for the client at scale, then it's going to be really hard to get to $3 million a year, $5 million a year, $10 million a year. So it's insane product focus, insane evolution on the product, insane evolution on your team, in developing the product and the team and making them as superior as possible. Let's play a call.
Why are you out there searching for marketing companies? What challenges are you coming across with your own marketing?
Probably is, I feel as though we're actually doing everything right, but it's just a matter of getting patients in the door.
Okay, so you guys are scheduling people, but none of them are showing up. I mean, kind of walk me through that a little bit. So like right now, you're just doing Google Ads, is that correct?
Yeah, and we're not really doing any type of advertisement.
Since we're not doing any marketing for that right now, how are you getting those patients in the door?
Google PPC advertising through like ClickSpeak, doing our own Facebook page, but nothing significant.
What do you bring in per month just overall in practice?
Right now, 50.
What did you ask him right there?
I just went into just getting the MRR right there. Total's 50K, implant side of things is 20K.
If that's true, which if you need to double check, just say it. So the entire clinic's doing 50, implants 20, right? And he says yes. Now you know. Okay, got it. So that's gonna tell us a few things. It's gonna tell us, one, his budget is slim to none, right?
Right.
And then the second thing from the data point is if he's getting 6 appointments, 2 shows, 1 arch every 2 months, obviously he's not happy with the marketing. He thinks his staff's amazing. Now that he unfolded the 50K in current rev, to me, I mean, what if he's only spending $1,000 in ad spend or something, right? To me, to realize, like, if he says 50K and I didn't ask how much ad spend and what he's spending up above.
I should have asked that anyway.
Yeah, because you start to know like what his budget is too.
Exactly.
And if he's only, what if he told you he's spending $500 in Google Ads and he's getting 6 appointments and 2 shows? You're gonna be like, well,
right. That's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, right. When it comes to the data, every single line from ad spend to front desk, basically hit it, because it's gonna tie into some shit later.
Based on kind of what you're saying, I mean, you have a couple options. One, try to add on some sort of implant or full arch marketing with your current marketing company. The other option is, have someone handle it that specializes in it, which is, why I think you're on the phone, right? So as far as this goes, you kind of said, there's a few that I reached out to, want to learn more about. Like, is this something you're trying to implement?
That was all solid.
I needed to summarize it to really distill down and clarify exactly what we're going on to paint that picture.
exactly what needs to happen, right? So then I'll essentially sum it up and just say, hey, so here's the reality. You need 10 people walking through the door every single month for implant and full arch, and you need to be closing 2 full arch cases every single month, and that's gonna literally double where you're at right now. And then I could almost add in there, it'll probably be impossible for you to double if you don't figure out how to get more appointments through the door. If you just keep getting 2, how are you gonna get double? And then you go into, so you basically have 2 options. One, you have this marketing company. Who knows? They might be able to do implant marketing. I don't know who they are, I've never heard of them. You know, that's an option. Option 2 is what you just said. The biggest takeaway here is the more you can repeat just the basic reality of what needs to happen, like even 2 or 3 times, so where it's like, you're here.
Because you're really painting that discrepancy of Hell Island, and then at the very end, here's Heaven Island. And if you clarify that over and over and over, there's this huge gap.
And then you simplify it just by saying the number 10 and the number 2. So you need 10 appointments. If you don't go from 2 to 10, how are you supposed to double? So there has to be a change to go from 2, what you're currently struggling with, to get to 10. That's gonna allow you to get to your 2 arches per month every month versus maybe 1 every 2 months. If that doesn't happen, in my opinion, I think it's impossible to grow. I mean, what do you think? I'd literally ask that, right?
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like,
perfect.
this is fucking the most making sense shit I've ever heard in my life. So repeat, simplify.
Yeah, repeat and simplify. All right, that'll be my thing today.
Alright guys, so reason number 2 why most agencies do not scale past $3 million a year is because the founder, the CEO, removes themselves from many departments way too early. When you're just approaching $1, $2, $3 million a year, you're still a baby business, still trying to figure it out. And so if you're removing yourself from departments when you're still the best person to lead the strategy in that department, then that department is going to go down because the level of IQ and talent running it has now took a downgrade. And so you should not leave the department until you have found someone who is truly better than you at running the department. And so what does that mean? Even at our stage at Digital Ox, I'm still heavily involved in every department, boots on the ground. For example, I still manage about 3 to 5 clients in the customer success department. Like, I manage the ongoing relationship. The reason why is because I want to stay in there. I want to keep thinking about it because I'm always looking for ways to innovate and further train the team to be even better. Now, obviously I don't want to stay there forever, but for now, it's extremely it's a big ROI because we keep leveling up that department because I'm still in it. Same thing with marketing for clients. I'm still in the ad accounts on about 3 to 5 accounts, so I can continue to just think and be in that sort of environment because I'm always thinking about how to improve things. Same thing in the sales management ISA team. I'm on every single meeting, every single training, and coming up in about 2 to 3 weeks, I'm gonna start taking calls again for the with the ISA team, just so I can innovate and just see how I can find better ways to improve and just stay in that game. Another one's the sales team, right? I still jump on sales calls just so I can lead by example and so I can train better. So I put myself in all these departments still because I know how important it is that myself as an entrepreneur looks at things and always tries to innovate and enhance them. Now, that's not scalable, right? But for now, until I find someone who can out innovate me and outdo me in every department, I'm still gonna be involved. Now, CS is involved in this, right? We're getting these UGCs. That's a funnel that we're gonna go down and bring more and more. Now on the CSR side, kind of going back to like real KPIs in a call center environment, right out the gate, we already know it's daily dials and speed, right? Speed to lead, daily dials. Whoever's making 150 plus dials and is moving quick, we already got the first step done, right? They understand their clients, they're making daily dials and moving quick. That's gonna increase our call to connect percentage. So this is like the top of funnel KPI. Like, the more people who answer or respond gives us more opportunities to what?
Get them on the phone, schedule.
To schedule, right? So the first thing we're thinking about is if you make no dials, no one's gonna answer. The more dials you make, probably the more people that answer. The faster you are and the more dials you make, probably the more people that answer, right? Like just common sense, right? So call to connect percent go up. Now we're in the phone execution, which is what we've been working on for a long time. You guys are actually jumping in and we're gonna put this shit to rest on like how this sales system actually sounds in multiple calls. When you have the best phone execution, the best training, the answer to close percentage, we're looking to get that up, right? If we can go from 10% of people answering the phone a day to 15 or 20, and if you can go from a 50% answer to close rate, meaning answer to close rate in this case would be the moment we get past, so tell me more about what's going on, right? Meaning we're now in the script. If we could take that from 50 to 70, that equals net lead to schedule percentage, right? So we already know that daily dial, speed, and then the skill level once we actually get the opportunity is huge on the CSR side. The follow-up, right now we have our own follow-up cadence. We don't even know how effective that really is. Like we think it's effective, but we've never looked too deeply in that. If we did have a cadence where we followed up with a lead every single day by calling versus what we currently have, would that increase the call to connect percentage on lead? I would assume so. Now, there's a lot of studying involved here where the resources that I've learned from other call centers, I mean, even Cole Gordon says he calls a lead 7 times the first day. I've had other people say they call twice a day for the first 7 days. We're only calling 4 times in the first week, right? So we have to realize right now we're here, but we're also scratching the surface here. Now, obviously, AO and Tess, you guys are leading by example now. Getting in the trench provides so many opportunities. If we have less leads, because let's just say a landing page converts at $60 cost per lead or whatever, it's more expensive. What would happen if we just called those leads like these other companies do, which is twice a day versus 4 times a week? We just increased our follow-up cadence whenever an account does have less leads, right? To make it actually doable. So imagine a world, and I'm not saying this is correct, but imagine if going from landing page took our average lead flow from 50 leads down to 25, but that also allowed us to call those leads twice as many times as then when we were calling them when there was 50 leads. Would that mean a higher quality lead being contacted more? Would that contribute to a higher result? Theory, right?
Yeah.
And a faster speed to lead because there's less leads. So you have a faster speed to lead, a more intent-based lead, and a more cadenced follow-up lead. Would that contribute to getting us to our goals and just a higher, just more effective performance?
Yeah.
Just thoughts. So to just sum it all up, if the CSRs didn't get better at all, like what we get is what we get. I would still be, because I already know me making all these minor changes and not getting good at the main shit. How is there going to be a big shift? There's not. We might have a 5% win, 10% win, but it's still not enough. I'm looking for a 50% win on this side and a 50% win on this side. Any thoughts?
No, I mean, I think it's an interesting theory to figure out. But yeah, you're 100% correct. You know, how we're set up right now, it's tough to do that. But if we had higher quality, less leads, like already right now, I think on some team members, we can actually do that on the CSR department.
All the team members who have the time and the bandwidth,
yeah,
I would be changing their follow-up cadence to twice a day and testing that out.
Yeah.
And then just on this side again, you're just realizing like if we've done always what we've done and we always got what we've always got, are we really gonna make, and then just not even following all the information now that we're seeking out and starting to get other people's opinions, like, and then obviously it just comes into common sense marketing as well. Are we not just gonna make the ultimate 80% changes versus the 20% changes to see if that's how we break through? Because that's what a real breakthrough is. A breakthrough is when like you literally break through at least 50%, right? So reason number 3 why most agencies won't scale past $3 million a year is they have a weak hiring process. So their ability to hire the right people and just ideally have the right process to interview and hire is just not that good. And so when your hiring process is weak, you're gonna have a weak team. And with a weak team, you're gonna have a weak product. A weak team and a weak product equals weak fulfillment, and weak fulfillment equals high churn. So really learning how to hire, identifying what your hiring process is for every department to ensure that you have the highest success at bringing on the right type of people with the highest success rate is critical. So the final reason why most agencies don't scale is their training and management is weak. And so, for example, in about 5 minutes, I'm about to jump on a call with one of our client success managers who we're ramping up, and I'm going to review one of her monthly client Zoom calls with her so that I can literally give her all the feedback and analysis that she needs is that she can continue to improve, because monthly Zoom calls with the clients going over results, strategy, etc. is so important in retention. And so you have to train your team. You have to manage your team appropriately. And so every single department should have KPI goals. And every department has currently where they're sitting. So for example, let's talk about the ISA team. If our ISA team is fluctuating in between a 70 and 75% show rate, and our goals to get to 80%, our training and our ongoing management and training is so geared on getting them to an 80% show rate. If our ISA team has a 50% answer to schedule percentage and our goal is to get to a 75% answer to schedule percentage, instead of just telling them, hey, this is the goal, do it, we're in there with daily trainings and daily management to train them and reinforce the right behaviors and skill sets to get to those KPIs. So we're very big on employee training, employee ramp up and advancement, and overall just management.